Welcome, friends. Welcome whether your week has been gentle, demanding, or somewhere in between. Whoever you are, wherever you've been, whatever you carry, you are welcome here. May these next few minutes be moments of calm, of safety, and of community. Let us begin our time of thought and reflection together. In our last session, we stepped into the arena. We talked about the dust, the sweat, and the blood of the doer of deeds. We celebrated the courage it takes to get messy and stay in the fight. But today I want to offer a contrasting challenge, because while the arena requires action, it also requires an anchor. John Amici is a self-declared speaker, psychologist, professor, nerd, Jedi, giant. A British ex-NBL basket player, he now focuses on leadership and workplace culture. He recently shared the phrase, "I stand still to move forward." He says, in the world of leadership, whether you're running a company or a classroom, we often mistake performance for presence. We talk about executive presence as if it's a costume we put on, a steady gaze, a rehearsed tone, a visual polish. As a recent study in leadership reminds us, presence isn't a vibe or an aura, it's a signal of psychological safety. Real leadership isn't what you do when you're on stage, it's how you behave under pressure. When the project fails, when the budget is cut, or when conflict erupts. The people around you aren't looking to be dazzled. They are looking to see if you are predictable. They are calibrating their own reactions based on your stillness. If you're scattered or evasive, they brace for impact. If you're genuinely clear-eyed and steady, they breathe. In the office, presence is the difference between a colleague walking away feeling watched and walking away feeling seen. It is the discipline of not subcontracting your mood management to your team. It is the realization that authentic does not mean unfiltered. Throwing your emotional debris at others isn't being real, it's an abdication of your responsibility to the space. Taking this out of the office and into the broader landscape of our lives, this concept of standing still to move forward becomes a spiritual practice, and arguably a necessity. We're currently navigating a world that feels like it is spinning faster than ever. We are bombarded by doing. We are told that to move forward, we must constantly be in motion, hustling, improving, reacting. But think of the funfair. The control booth for the carousel or bumper cars isn't in the hectic middle. It's on the edge, and it isn't moving. In a spiritual context, standing still is not about being passive. It's about being anchored. To stand still is to take stock of who you are before you decide what you will do. If we are always in arena mode, always reacting, always swinging, we eventually lose sight of what we are fighting for. Think of the relationships in your life. When a loved one is in pain, do they need you to do something immediately? Perhaps, but often not. More often, they need you to stand there. They need the predictability of your love. They need to know that your presence is a safe harbour where they can think clearly again. Standing still is the quiet work of alignment. It's ensuring that your tone matches the moment and your words match your values. This is the strenuous life of President Roosevelt in a different form. It is the effort required to own your emotions rather than being owned by them. Let's reflect back to the thoughts of the Stoics we've discussed previously. Let's take a moment now to consider an area in our lives where we've been always moving and perhaps need to just stand still. We end by saying, following week, please remember to be kind to yourself. And occasionally, when you feel the world demands you to move forward, stand still. Go well.